that have been reported to the Met about gang, knife and gun crime.
Drop your gun. And knife save life.
By the way, there is a Ugandan Youth Leaders Forum that Sylvia, myself and Richard are on, where we mentor Ugandan youth. At the moment it's 50-50, combination of girls and young men, where we actually structure them, talk to them, mentor them, advise them, support them, and guide them in whatever way they want to do. So this is Richard. Richard is also a professional guy. Shall I? He can talk more about himself. And I'll hand you all over to Richard. So thank you so much for your time and for attending this event, and we'll catch up a bit more later on. Thank you.
Good evening. My name's Richard Ntege Lubwamo. I'm Ugandan, I'm African. At the same time, I live in the diaspora. I live in England. I love the setting because it's such an intimate setting. So without further ado, I'll let every single person introduce themselves on the panel and we'll move forward. Many thanks.
So good afternoon everybody. My name's Dipesh and I'm a police officer who currently works in Harrow. I actually deal with gang and knife crime in Harrow Wealdstone. I don't know if anyone here is aware of that area by any chance. I'm sure you guys are aware of the reputation. So yeah, that's basically what I deal with, and today I'll just talk briefly about my experience working with gangs and knives.
Hello, my name is Joyce Chakwita. Most people know me as an immigration lawyer, today I'm a social worker. I work with London Borough Council in the Children's Services. I've been working there since last year in July. And I belong to a team of what we call the looked after children who are from the age of 13 to 17. Now, for most of you, you know that this is the target group. You know, when they start recruiting for knife crime and guns and drugs and all those things. So I bring my experience from that background.
My name is Sylvia. I'm a journalist by background, but I used to work for the New Vision and I worked briefly for the Monitor. In the UK, I'm independent. I run a blog and a Facebook page.
Hello, my name is Paul Barnes. I'm here today to talk about my son, Kamari. He lost his life last year at the age of 15. So later today, I'll be sharing you my experience on what the last year has been like for myself and his family sitting there today.
Today, I just want to share my experiences with you as a police officer, as I'm of Indian and Ugandan descent. And I also want to emphasize the importance of maintaining and developing a relationship with the police, to the police and the community, the importance of how important it is of maintaining and keeping that relationship. So if you look at recent times, over the last decade, if you look at the statistics, you'd see a massive increase in gang and knife crime. Just last year alone, there's about 24% increase in gun, knife and gang crime. Just since the beginning of 2017, we've had in excess of 12,000 incidents that have been reported to the Met about gang, knife and gun crime. It's totally unacceptable to see teenagers stabbed and killed over something as trivial as drugs or turf wars. It's absolutely atrocious to witness these youths causing antisocial behaviour and terrorising the streets. This behaviour should not and will not be tolerated. I can see that there's a number of people who are passionate about this cause, but as my friend said earlier, talking about it and thinking about it is one thing, but we have to take action. We need to get results. We need to work harder and smarter to overcome this issue. This is where I encourage everybody to build a stronger relationship with the police. There's 30,000 of us and 10 million people living in London. We can't tackle this alone. We need your help to do it. the police will help you keep the streets safer, but it's for us as a community together to put the youth in the right path. To put it eloquently, being of Ugandan origin, I've seen many positive and successful Ugandan role models, whether that's in politics, the arts, sports, or commerce. We need to follow these people's examples and see how did they make it, and why are they there? I'm sure we all have experienced some sort of poverty or difficulties in our life. The test is, how do I overcome this and move forward? The ones that have managed to move forward and live successful lives have a responsibility to pass that knowledge and experience to people who are less fortunate and are currently experiencing difficulties. That's all I have to say from my part. But thank you very much for listening to us.
Before we carry on, does anybody have any questions to Devnesh?
Hi, I'm Winnie Kay. And you talked about we the public being able to feel free to come to the police and kind of create some form of relationship. But part of the reason why some or many have not felt the freedom to return, if I can say, to have that relationship with the police. Because when they came in the first instance, not necessarily you in particular, or your station in particular, that the response they received from that first appointment or when they came, unfortunately, in some cases, or many cases, is not a good one. What would you say to us? Me as a parent, I'm a mom of 6 under the age of 12, so I'm definitely here to learn a thing or two. What would you say to me as a mother who has sons that when the police look at them, automatically they assume and categorize them and put them in a specific box that already they're declared guilty before they ever do anything? What would you say to me? How do I have that relationship with you, with all of that hanging on that? What do I do? How do I do that? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. First of all, we're an organization that has in excess of 50,000 people, right? 30,000 police officers, 20,000 staff. Just like any large organization, whether it's public sector or private, we're going to have good eggs and bad eggs. Some are good police officers, some are bad police officers. I would like to think I'm okay. See, this is where I think as a police force, we need to educate the youth, not youth, the public a lot better about the different types of policing we have. So I'm assuming the police officers you guys see on a daily basis will be the response officers. So when you dial 999 or 101, the ones in the cars, right? There's also your local policing teams. So you have Safer Neighbourhoods teams. So in every borough, in every ward, they'll have allocated Safer Neighbourhoods teams. So I work in Reelstone, in Harrow,
Lucia.
in Lewisham. That area, that ward you live in Lewisham will have a Safer Neighbourhoods team. So if you have any issues, if you would like to talk about anything, have advice, build relations, they're the ones that you build relationships with, not the response officers, because they'll be going from call to call. In relation to labeling certain, you're talking about stereotyping. From my personal experience, I can assure you, I've been in the job 4 years, and I'm of Ugandan descent and Indian descent. I personally haven't seen that. But I'll tell you what the issue is. Do you know if you've got a child, doesn't matter whatever colour, but they just seem to be hanging around with the wrong crowd. So I've dealt with gangs in the past where there'll always be one or two that are lovely kids, doing fine at school, but for some reason they just seem to, I don't know what it is, but they just seem to be drawn into that crowd. They may not be doing anything illegal. I wouldn't say that's stereotyping. Yes, we'll keep an eye on that person to get this person vulnerable, could be groomed into joining a gang. I can't speak for the whole Met or every single officer. I could just tell you from my personal experience. Yes, if I see somebody who I've not seen before and they're hanging around with that gang, I'm not going to stereotype, I'll keep an eye on them. Doesn't matter whatever colour you are.
My question is, are you increasing the stop and search in all areas? And not just for the young black boys?
When it comes to stopping and searching people of any ethnicity, we don't specifically just go out and say, okay, we're going to increase stopping and searching. If anyone gives us grounds to search them, they act in a certain way. I'll give you an example about drugs. So if we wanted to search someone for drugs, it's under section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971. In order for me to search you, nowadays we have body-worn cameras, we've got CCTVs below. I have to have reasonable grounds to search you. I can't just randomly go out and search you unless there's been a stabbing that's taken place and we're trying to look for the suspect. That means a superintendent will authorize a section 60 search. That means anyone's getting searched. We don't go around targeting people of any ethnicity. When you talk about Notting Hill Carnival, I've worked in Notting Hill Carnival for the last 3 years. It's a brilliant event, great initiative. From my experience, I can tell you this. A lot of gangs who have problems with other gangs in different areas, different wards, that's the time for them to meet up. Stab each other, kill each other, sort their problems out. Not all gangs are black, obviously, but the gangs that we can encounter during Notting Hill Carnival, if they are a black background and they happen to be there and be aware of who they are, we will take steps to make sure they're out. We'll search them if we've got grounds. We'll observe them. We have officers that are in uniform. We also have undercover officers as well that will be observing their behaviour. So it wouldn't be down to your ethnicity. It's just whether you're known to police, if you're acting in a certain way. Because we don't stop and search people for a laugh or a joke.